Hi everyone, join, guys. Oh, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending where you're watching me this evening. God bless you for being part of my life. You're welcome, guys. Thank you so much for being part of my life. We're going to discuss a whole lot this evening because of this another wrong marriage of a thing that was produced by Mr. Aloy. Me personally, I've learned a whole lot, and the ending part is what suits me. The ending part, like, it is a wow to me. It really made my day. Yeah, I'm really grateful. I follow up the series and watch every of the episode. So join in, guys. Share the link, please. Share the link, please. I need to share this link out so that some persons can join. Stay tuned. Hi, everyone. Join in. Please, if you're here already, help me to share this link. Before we go more in detail, I have learned a whole lot that I want to share with you guys because sometimes it's not all about watching a movie. What matters is that do you learn anything from it? Did the thing impact in your life at all? Did it impact in your life at all? That is what really matters. Do you understand, guys? Do you understand? It's not all about watching a movie, but do you learn anything from that movie? Did the movie impact in your life? Have you joined? Hello?
Honestly, you no like. Hello there.
Madam Chijoke, say no light. Okay, my guest, I want to this woman, Madam Chijoke. You can complain for Africa. So, guys, let's go back to what I was saying. It's not all about watching a movie. What matters is that what have you learned from that movie? Did that movie impact your life or not? Because personally, I've learned a whole lot from this movie, starting from the first day to the last day yesterday.
Yeah.
I really learned a whole lot. Hi, you're welcome. Nice to have you. Who's there? Who's there? Who's there? Breathe. We are here to tell you, say we watched this movie, another wrong marriage. So let's tell them, say it is good for you to watch a movie and to learn something from it. Because me personally, I'm still single, fully single, but this movie alone has transformed my life.
Let's
Like after seeing marriage in another perspective and relationship and family, like the movie opened my eyes. So my guest here, you know well about the movie we're going to talk about at the moment. So I want to at the moment to talk to people watching us at the moment. Tell them what you have done in this movie and the ending part of it before we go in detail. Are you with me? Hello? Hello, madam. Oh, you have a very bad network. Hello? Madam Chijoke, you have a very bad network. So I don't think you can join this live. So guys, as I saw, wow to me. I really learned a lot about marriage. Madam, can you hear me now?
I
Hello?
can hear you. Hello there. I can hear you. I can hear you.
I'm really loaded this evening with them. I'm really loaded because I've learned a whole lot. So let me say one thing about this movie, what I've learned and how the thing has transformed my life. So we are listening to you. Singles in the house. Open your ear.
Hi guys. I have a problem with. I can't hear you. That's the problem. Oh. Not everyone.
You can't hear me?
I can't hear you. That's it.
I can hear you.
Yeah. Can you please repeat what you said?
Now you should talk about.
Or can they hear me? Hi, guys. Happy to be here. So nice meeting you for the first time. Wow. Mhm. All right. The topic on board is
So,
marriage, right? Give me the
huh?
topic we have for.
Well,
Can I hear the topic we have for tonight before I
I thought I sent the topic to you. Didn't you see it? Another wrong marriage, the ending part of it. That is why
answer
we are here.
wrong? Oh, oh, great.
Yes.
So stop so that I can join.
I said the ending part, the last episode, in summary, tell us what I've learned from it and how the movie have transformed your life.
Oh, really? That's great.
Yes.
In fact, from the beginning to the end, I thought it was such a nice episode. This very last one taught me a lesson. But really, a woman can't really be greedy the way, how do you call her? Vivian, right?
Yeah.
Vivian. Yeah. Vivian was really greedy. And she
And
wanted to
also
make
the
out to
mom.
the mother. Swindle. Hello, what did you say?
I think and also the mom, the two of them are very greedy. Both Vivian and her mother, Stella. Are you with
You know
me?
they've been they've been swindling and they get now, do you understand? But this one they got trapped. Transferred the whole house, the whole property, everything to herself. Now I'm waiting to transfer the money, not knowing that the mother has another plan. They get it.
Very simple.
The woman,
Okay. So, guys, so sorry, my guest, her network is so bad. So, let me continue from where she stopped. So, this movie, Another Wrong Marriage, ended yesterday and a whole lot happened. So, I'm going to start from the ending part, that is the episode 70, on what happened. We all know how the thing started. That Stella and her daughter, Vivian, this kind of people, they are the worst that somebody should never even pray for to have in a home or in a marriage. God forbid the type of Stella to be a mother-in-law to someone. And also God forbid for Vivian, because the two are very terrible. Okay, guys, after Vivian successfully transferred the company's money to a foreign account, and also after how she succeeded in tricking Ben to sign the house documents, she drove them away. She was rejoicing, dancing, jubilating that she has gotten everything all to herself. As she was celebrating, she went to her mom, they were all celebrating. So when her mom excused herself to go and use the restroom, immediately her mom entered the hello.
yeah.
So immediately her mom entered the restroom. A call came in her phone and Vivian picked. Behold, it was someone. What? Hello? Hello? Madam Chijoke, don't worry. Can join me at the comment section, please. Your network is really disturbing me. Can you hear me? Your network don't want me to focus, please. Please, you can join at the comment section, Madam Chijoke. Do you hear me? Your network is disturbing. Join me at the comment section. Please join me at the comment section. Thank you, thank you. Nice having you tonight around me, please. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your network is something else. Join me at the comment section, please. Please, I beg you, please. Join me at the comment section. The phone wants to be with me, but your network is so bad. Please. I need to remove you. So, guys, as I was saying, One thing in this life is that train up a child in the way you know it is going to profit you tomorrow. Because Stella thought that what she was teaching her daughter, Vivian, was the right thing. Imagine the situation that you hand over your daughter to someone to marry, and you don't want to remove your eyes from the family. You keep on manipulating your daughter to scatter a peaceful home, and at the end, you shut yourself by yourself. And this is the most beautiful part of this series. The most beautiful part of this episode, the way that Stella and also Vivian ended, because they never think of this. They never see this coming. Imagine a situation that Vivian have already acquired a house for herself, and the money, the whole money that was supposed to belong to the company, that she transferred to a foreign account. She thought that she has a good mother. Let me tell you, when you fail to bring up your children in a good way, tomorrow you're going to reap whatever you have sowed in the life of your children. Quote me anywhere. If you fail to train up your children very well, tomorrow you are going to reap it. Exactly the way that Stella reaped what she sowed in the life of her daughter, Vivian. I am just happy the way that everything ended. The way everything ended, I am just very happy about it. Parents, it is not all about giving birth. How did you train them? How did you bring them up in this world? How did you bring them up? And thank God for the kind of husband that Stella has. He is really a good man. But he fell in her, but it was so unfortunate that he met a wrong woman as his wife in person of Stella. Imagine telling your own daughter to go and steal from the company account of her husband, family account. And at the end, you do not even want your daughter to have access to the money. You want to have the money all by yourself. You were planning to travel out with the money, leaving your own daughter stranded. Your daughter that risked her life to make sure she secured that money and that house. How could you? And I know so many mothers are like that in this world. There are mothers who are like that. And this thing we have watched already is happening in different homes. Please, singles, marry well. My dear brothers, marry well. My dear sisters, marry well. Because if you ever venture in a wrong marriage, your life is doomed. Just like Mark. If you think what I'm saying is a lie, ask Mark in this movie. As a single, who is there? Okay, you can imagine that game changer, Stella. Exactly. But I'm just happy the way that everything caught up with her. She did not succeed because the money she did not enjoy, the house that her daughter ended up getting for herself, she did not enter the house. That is why I just love the way that everything just ended. I love the way that everything just ended. And it should teach us a very bitter story of life or what is going on in this life. Don't think that you have it all. Don't think that you can oppress people because of small opportunity you have, because it will backfire you tomorrow. When you think that you have gotten everything in this life, just mind you that you have gotten nothing. You have nothing. Imagine the situation that you sit down in your own husband's house and using your own daughter to manipulate in where you married her to, making the family to be miserable, making the family to enjoy their home, and you think you can sit down and enjoy yourself later. The way that Stella was doomed, that was the happiest part of this movie. Like, I enjoyed it a lot, and the thing has taught me a whole lot about marriage, relationship, and family. Okay, the wicked always gets caught up in the wickedness. Exactly. The same way that Stella was caught up, the same way that Vivian was caught up in the wickedness. Imagine driving a whole family out of their own inheritance, out of their own family house, out of wickedness also. You took a family house and also make sure that you took all the whole money that belonged to the family, and you think you can sit down and enjoy it. Mind you, it's not all about watching a movie. What have you learned from that movie? Have that movie impacted in your life? Did you learn anything? Because personally, I've learned a whole lot about this. Okay, this person said, I know they were heading for destruction. Exactly, because the way they ended was the highest part of this movie. The way they all ended, both Stella and her daughter Vivian, the way they all ended is the highest part of this movie. Like, Please, Mr. Aloy, I don't know whether you can get this my message or not, but please keep it up because you have really changed many narratives. You have taught people different parts of life story that they never even know about. Me personally, because I followed up from the beginning to the end to see the way that Stella and her mother were manipulated by all means to destroy a peaceful home. And again, I say, there's one thing I noticed in this movie, Madam Chijoke. I noticed that when you are married, please have a separate apartment for you and your spouse. Because assuming that Ben has a separate apartment with Stella, I don't think that all these things will be coming up. Am I saying the truth or not? Madam, am I saying the truth or not? As a single person, please, before you marry, make sure your husband is not staying in family house. Because this was the starting point of the destruction of the peaceful marriage of Mark and Vivian. Because assuming they're not living in a family house, I don't think this kind of thing would have happened. But I know Vivian is a very bad woman. But I think, assuming that she is staying alone with her husband, Mark, I don't think that all these things will happen. Because even normally, family always has have issue. But when there is issue, you will see the both of them heading to their own apartment, to their own building, not in the same house. You see everything happen in the same house. Imagine the situation that Mark was there, Ben was there, Helen was there, their mother was there, and also Vivian was there. They were all living together in the same building. What do you think will happen? So I've learned so many things about life through this movie. It have transformed my life, the way I reason about marriage and relationship. That's what I'm saying. Please, it's not all about watching a movie. Did you learn anything from it? Did it impact your life or not? Before you marry as a single man or a single woman, make sure you secure an apartment for you and your spouse. Very important. Very, very important. If you don't have money to rent an apartment, I don't think there's reason for you to get married. There is no reason. If you can't afford an apartment, no matter how cheap it is, before going into marriage, you are not serious. Please don't suffer that young girl. Don't suffer her. Because this is a mistake that Mark made. Assuming Mark was able to save a little token to get an apartment, I don't think that all these family basketballs will be happening. It will reduce. Okay, this person said, no, no one can marry Vivian and have peace. It is true, but it will reduce. There are some kind of people that behave like Vivian in real life. I know there are so many stubborn and wicked ladies out there, but at least it will reduce. Because staying together with family, not every woman can endure, not every woman can stay. We all have our own shortcomings, we all have our own weaknesses. Do you understand? I understand that that Vivian is a bad woman. In as much as we all know that she's bad, but staying together with the whole family increase everything. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? There are some persons that still behave like Vivian in a real life in their own husband's house. Yes, there are many. There are many of them like Vivian in real life. But as a man, please secure an apartment before marriage. It will save you a lot of family issue. It will save you from a lot of wahala when you are married. Because if Mark had respected himself to get an apartment, even if a one room apartment, I don't think that all this drama will escalate to this level. Do you understand me? But the sweetness of the whole part of this issue is that they ended in their doom. They were doomed. Do you understand? Notwithstanding that, Vivian finally drove the whole family out of their family inheritance, out of their own family house, and also duping them of the whole money in the company account. But did she enjoy the money? No, she ended in prison. Let me tell you one thing you should know about this life. You can never eat your cake and have it. Never. It is not possible for you to eat your cake and have it. When you think you are doing someone, my dear, it will backfire you someday. That is exactly the story of Stella and her daughter, Vivian. Imagine when you are trying to, what would I even say, safe? Hey, you are training a demon as a daughter. What do you think will happen last? She ended up destroying you. She divorced you. And that's exactly what we were all expecting. And thank God it came to reality. When you fail to bring up your children the right way, exactly what happened to Stella. It's happening outside the world. I have seen a case like that. Train up your child in a good way. Train your children in a good way, because when you fail to do your job in the life of your children, they will end up ending your life the same way that Stella's life was cut short by her own daughter. Imagine a situation: you are married, you are supporting your daughter to do evil in her own husband's house. You are supporting your daughter to pursue a whole family out of their own family house and taking away their inheritance, making sure you empty the company's account. Remember, it was Stella that advised Vivian to transfer the company's money into a foreign account. They think that they want to sit down and enjoy it at last, but they ended up in whatever they have put their hand into. They did not live to eat the money. Did they live? No. Stella was ended by her own daughter. Her own daughter pied her, and police got her arrested. Where are there to eat the money? That is to say, you can never eat your cake and have it. Okay, let's go to comment section. This person said, they extended a hand of love, which she turned down. She could have found a way to pack out after a while. Please, madam, who are you talking to? Okay, you're talking about Mark and Vivian. Exactly what I'll be saying. As a man, if you are not ready to marry, please go and hustle. No suffer person, daughter. We all know that not everyone that is good. There are some that are good, that can be accommodating, that can accommodate a family, but there are some who cannot bear it in the midst of family members. That is the kind of person that Vivian is. Do you understand? She was not able to live with mama, papa, siblings in the same apartment. This kind of woman leave her own space with her husband, because assuming that Mark acted as a man. But the whole thing is just very funny to me, because at the end of the show, that was when the eye of Mark opened, after the money was transferred out to a foreign account. And it was too late for him to start acting like a man, because assuming he started acting like a man from the beginning, do you understand? All these things could have been prevented. And again, there are limits to everything. As a married man or a married woman, it is good to share your secret with your spouse, but not every secret. It is good to trust your spouse, but not in every situation. Imagine the situation that Mark knew the kind of woman he married. He went ahead to trust Vivian with a company account pin. What was he thinking? Because of love. I am not saying you should not trust your spouse, but there's limit to it. When you know the kind of person you marry, there are certain things you have to avoid. When you know your spouse very well, there are certain things you need to avoid in your life. Do you understand me? For you not to be doomed. I didn't say you should not trust your spouse, but there's limit to it. And again, I want to say, based on what happened and what transpired from the beginning of this show to the end, if you, in a family, if a first son failed to behave like a first son, please, he should be given back seat as the last born. Because Mark was the first son, but he's not behaving as such. He behaves like a toy. Vivian used remote to control him, which is very bad as a man. You don't have your own word. You cannot say anything apart from asking your wife. Your wife, you know that she is very troublesome. And your eyes got opened when you knew there was a very big trouble. When the money was moved out from the company's account, that was when Mark started to act like a man, and it was already very late. From the beginning of your marriage, act like a man and act like a woman. When you know the kind of person you marry, you will live long. You will know how to follow the person up. Because these are the things that Mark failed to observe in the life of his spouse, Vivian. Assuming he was so careful and smart enough to know the kind of person he married, I don't think that all this mess would have happened. Imagine the situation that she finally acquired the house. She still drove you out of that same house. She has access to the money, but she couldn't share the money with you. She was planning to share it with her mother, and her mother was trying to go away with the money, and she ended up deleting her mother at the process. And you tell me you should not shine your eyes in marriage? Remember, marriage is not 50-50. Not every marriage will end in peace. Do you understand? You still have your own separate life to live. In as much as you are married. You have your own separate life to live. Don't give your all and all to a man or a woman in the name of marriage. I am talking in experience and also based on what we have watched. It is true to love and trust your spouse, but you still have your own life to live. Because assuming that Mark was so smart to know all this, I don't think that what happened could have happened. And I know this scenario always happens in real life. It happens. But I'm so happy. I watched from the beginning to the end of this show, and I've learned so much about marriage, relationship, and family. Do you understand me? A whole lot happened. Despite all the whole basketballs, but I noticed one thing. They still love themselves in some situation. Imagine when Ben was called a distress call that he should come and help Vivian, and he knew that Vivian was a bad person. He still came to her rescue. At the process, he signed the document. He signed the document for Vivian to have full control of the apartment. That is love. They still love each other. Imagine another case that Ben begged his friend Nick to stop knocking Vivian, that Vivian is now the brother's wife. And also the nude, the pictures of Vivian he has, that he should please delete them and not release them at the internet. That is love. Do you understand? But that same person that they were showering all this love after everything, she didn't value it. She was just at the process of planning to was beating her inside where she knocked everywhere to her. The mother came to her rescue before they took her out and called the family doctor. They all loved Vivian, but Vivian was up to something. As the daughter-in-law, but she not was the company's money and also the building, the document of the house. That was all what she wanted. Please, before you love, shine your eyes. Before you do good, shine your eyes. That person you are trying to do good to, did the person want it? Will the person appreciate it? Because every good that the whole family have been doing for Vivian, she did not appreciate it because she was in a mission. Her mission was to doom the whole family. That was her mission. And at the end, she thought she has arrived after acquiring the house and also getting the money. But that money, did she enjoy it? No. It ended in Krikri, in prison. That is to tell you that you can never eat your cake and have it, no matter what you do in this life. Hey, you go receive an auto. You must take your own share. You must. Okay, this person said, let's check comment section. Ben display love totally. Exactly. Ben loved Vivian, irrespective of everything that Vivian was doing to scatter the whole family, to cause trouble in the whole family. But Ben was there. Ben was always there to help. Imagine a situation again that Ben drove Mark out of the company. He removed him for being the CEO because of what happened, because of the money that Vivian is transferring from the company account to pay Nick. But he still told him, my brother, I did not stop you from being the CEO. Like, yeah, give Mark any other position in that company. I won't. I will never. Imagine the situation that you were blinded by love and you gave a secret pin of a whole company to a woman you know that she was up for something and you hear the whole family. She was transferring the money. Is that love or what? That is why I said in a marriage, there are things you keep to yourself because the both of you came to this life separately and you go by, you live this world separately. There are things you have to live keep for yourself. Family is family, marriage is marriage. We are talking about something that we are talking about something that has to do with the entire family. You allow Vivian to have access to it without letting the whole family to know. When um when Mark broke the news to Helen and the mother, did you see the shock? Even when he told his friend Chris was like, he gave mental. Is there anything wrong with you? How could you give the pin of a whole company to Vivian that you know very well? How could you? How could you do that? that pain that she use that same way to go and collect it back or end it all. End your life. How could you? Okay, this person said, I was even wondering why they love Vivian despite all she has done already. That is family for you. That's why I said family is everything. Do you understand? Family is everything. There are people that still value family, that family bond. And you know very well that Ben loved Mark very well, irrespective of the fact that Mark is a very foolish man, a man with an empty skull, a man without sense, a man that is not smart enough to handle a family, a man that is in form of a woman rapper that doesn't have say in his own marriage and family. But Ben still show him love and respect. Okay, this person said, I think there is an episode remaining, the reunion of the family. Oh, I don't know about that, so we are still hoping. I don't know, guys. I can't tell of that now. I can't tell of that. I can't tell of that. I can't tell of that. So if there is any reunion coming up, I will get you guys informed. I will make sure everyone is aware of this. If in case there is any reunion coming up, so I am going to let you guys to know about it. But for now, I don't think there's any information about reunion because I think they even want to start with a new episode, which we are expecting tomorrow. So I urge you guys, please kindly. Okay, so I urge you guys for more updates, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, share this video, and what have you learned from this episode? Another wrong marriage. Based on what I have said, I have learned a whole lot. That is why I'm here to tell you guys what I've learned as a single girl that watched this kind of series. So I'm really loaded and ready for marriage. But I can never be like Vivian, God forbid. So you watching, I want to know what you have learned from this at the comment section. Let me know the location you're watching and what have you learned from this series. Have the thing changed your life? Have you changed the way you perceive like family and friends and all that? Do you think it's nice to stay with your family when you're married? I've explained this because me, it is a no, 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 no. As a single man who is ready for marriage, the first thing is for you to get an apartment for you and your spouse. If you are not able to get an apartment, no matter how cheap it is, my dear, you are not yet ready for marriage. You are not ready. What makes you ready for marriage when you cannot afford an apartment? When you want to live in family house? Any man that plans to live in family house is not ready for marriage. And mind you, you will never enjoy that marriage because there must always be problem or trouble somewhere. If you think I'm joking, ask Mark in this series we finished watching. Ask Mark because Mark was the one that doomed himself. Nobody doomed him. And the woman you were for trying to cover that she's your wife, you gave her company's account, the pin of the pin to the company account, you gave her every access, but that woman ended up having access to the whole building as the owner, but she drove you out. That same woman had access to the full company money, but you were not part of the budget. She never let you know about it. She was only planning with her mother to share the money. That is why I said in marriage, there are things that you should keep to yourself. There are things you should keep to yourself in marriage. Love your spouse, oh, love your husband, oh, love your wife, oh, but there are some things you have to keep to yourself. Yes, there are things you have to keep to yourself. There are things that are better not unsaid. Imagine the situation that Mark did not release this company's pin to Vivian. Did you think that Vivian will have access to go and withdraw the whole company's money to transfer to a foreign account? If Mark did not act out of foolishness, not even love, to hand over a full company's pin to a woman that you know that she's not worth it, a woman you know that she's not worthy to handle such thing. That is why I said it is better for you. It is better for you to start on time, to monitor your spouse, to know the kind of person you marry, either man or woman. That will give you the courage to go ahead in releasing some things about yourself to the person. Even in courtship, you should know the kind of person you are going to get married to. Because if Mark was smart enough to know that this is the kind of woman I'm married to, there is no how that all these things that happen in that movie will happen. And this is exactly what is going on in the real life. That is why I said, study your spouse. If your spouse is the one that cannot handle money, cannot save money, please stop giving him money or stop making her to have access to money. Do you understand? If she's the one that cannot handle something like money, stop giving her access to cash to avoid problem. Know your spouse's weakness. If she's the one that cannot stay with family that way, because there are so many people that are always being pissed off with family or crowd, get her a separate place. Very important, get your apartment before you go into marriage. Without having a separate apartment, you are not ready for marriage. Say no, no, no to family building, oh, to living together with your whole family as a married man or woman. It is a no, 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 no. Okay, this person said, do you think they gave her complete right to act as a mom to all of them? Into, do you think they gave her complete right to act as a mom to all of them? Yes, at a point, they gave Vivian full right to operate. Apart from Helen, who is always on top of her game. Kudos to you, Helen. You are indeed a warrior. You are a superwoman. Kudos to you, Helen. You are a superwoman. I love the kind of woman that Helen is. I think I am such a woman like her. I know they take rubbish. I be no nonsense woman. Do you get me? And I love women like that. There is time for everything. There is time for laughter. There is time for sorrow. There is time for merriment. There is time for enjoyment. There is time for everything in this life. And Helen understood all these things. There is time for everything. When it is time to care for Vivian, she is always there. When it is time for action, you will see Helen there. Helen is always there to organize things. I've learned a whole lot watching Helen display at the screen. I learned a whole lot from her. Do you understand me? I learned a whole lot from Helen. She is a complete packaged woman. She knows when to stop and when to move ahead. She knows when to stop and when to continue. And she be no nonsense woman. If not for Helen in that house, imagine when she wanted to marry, when Chris came. She confronted her mom. She said, Mom, I don't want to marry now. I don't want to leave you now. Because if I do, Vivian will show you shege in this house. She said no, that she will not marry because of her mother. Because she know the danger ahead. If she married, leaving her mother in that family house, there's going to be a problem. She only accepted marriage when her mother said, I will go with you to your husband's house. That was when she accepted the marriage. That is to tell you, Vivian is so calculative and she be action woman. She knows what she wants in life. Okay, let's check another comment. Um, I love the way that Stella ended and also Vivian. Exactly. Because this is the highest thing they have really done in this episode. Because of the way they ended, it sweet me so much. I was really very happy to see their end. Because the money they hustle for, they did not eat the money. The house, they did not enter the house to enjoy. That's to tell you that you can't eat your cake and have it. This is a beautiful episode, and I will urge you to watch. I have some of them reviewed in my channel. You can kindly check my channel, the videos. I have some of the episode being reviewed in my channel. Just kindly watch, share this video, leave your own opinion down in the comment section. Thank you so much, guys, for being part of my live this night. So I'm going to end this live video at the moment. Thank you for being part of my life. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you, and thank you, and thank you, and thank you, guys. See you in my next update. Bye for now. Remember, tomorrow we are going to start a new episode. Do well to subscribe to my channel, share my videos so you'll not be missing out this new episode. Do you understand me? Please subscribe and share my video, like my video as well. I'm going to be another new episode starting tomorrow. So we are waiting. Don't miss out. You have no reason to miss out this episode, because I'm going to be updating you guys in my channel, because this episode I just ended, I did not upload in my channel. I just started yesterday. But this new one now, I'm going to be giving you guys updates back to back, back to back, back to back in my channel. Ikemwago, Ikemwago, Ikemwago. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. Have a beautiful night rest. Thank you so much.